candid and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house. Let them come in your house.
This is The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the common council president and the common council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
Say what? There we go. How much? 230? Okay. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. It's Friday. And we're live from the American Family Insurance Studio at Radio City. You see I'm geek for the weekend, right? Because you know what I'm doing this weekend? Nothing. Absolutely, positively, nothing. I might go hang out somewhere, but then I'm coming home. You know why? Because I'm doing nothing. But then I have to rethink my doing nothing. So I have a question for you. It's Friday. It's September, October, November, December. We're in the last trimester, right? You know, if you divide the year into threes, the last 4 months of the year, right? In about 20 days, we'll be at the last quarter of the year, the last 3 months of the year. And we got to start thinking, what have you not done this year? Like, what have you actually not done? I have not done a lot of stuff. I have said over the years I was going to do a lot of stuff, and I didn't do it. And it's all caught up to me this year. So some of the things I said, I want to do a documentary. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then I wrote, and I actually got funding to do a documentary. So I'm going to do it, which will then go into a radio, which will go into a book. And they go, right? So I could talk about it, but if I never really just said, I'm going to try to raise some money, I would use the word like try, probably, hopefully, but I actually did it. So I've actually checked the box of what have you not done. There are about 3 things I haven't done this year. I did all 3 of them in less than like a 30-day span, right? I threaded the needle, I started it, and now I'm moving forward. And now there's no end because I've just said this all over what? On a podcast that goes all over the world. So now I got to get it done. But then there have been phases in my life where I was just like super busy. And you know how we get when we get super busy, right? I'm important. I got to go here, then I got to go there, and I got a meeting, and I got to this. But right now, I'm at a point now where if the meeting isn't paying me, we're not having a meeting. If the meeting isn't moving something forward, then we're not having a meeting. Hey, I want to meet with you and talk to you. Okay, I'm going to give you an hourly rate, and you pay it, or we're not talking. Because time is the one thing. I was talking to a friend of mine. They were reading a book on, what's his name? Stephen Hawking, right? The whole physics thing and space and outer space and all that. Everything comes down to time. But there were phases in my life when I was just so busy and had too many organizations, too many jobs, too many positions, too many leadership positions, too much work, and I fell apart. I can honestly say that I fell apart. Not fell apart like, broke down and had a heart attack or anxiety attack or something like that. I mean, fell apart where I wasn't getting the right amount of sleep. I wasn't like tracking things at home in terms of, that thing guys hate to do, like take out the garbage. And that other thing guys don't like to do, like cut the grass, right? And then you start to go, well, I missed it this week. I'll wait till next week. Go get a haircut. That's why I get my haircut every 2 weeks now. It's on a regular, it's on my calendar. Otherwise, it might not get done. Why? Because you're too busy doing dumb stuff, not getting paid for it. When I'm at an age now where everything's a transaction. If I give you this, you give me that. We're not going to be talking, oh, you're going to be feeling good and you're going to, okay. So I started canceling things that other people put in my way. Hey, we need you to, why? And what do I get out of it? Because you're getting something out of it. You're getting my time, you're getting my energy, you're getting my brain, you're getting my strategy. What do I get for it? Well, we're gonna pay you this. That's not enough. Oh, well, you should do this and you should do that, right? And so dealing with the nonprofit piece, dealing with the organization piece, dealing with and I'm talking about me personally. This is years ago, right? There are 3 things I did to trim the fat from my life and stop being so overwhelmed. People like that, they're always moving, they're always working, but they never say, hey, dude, look, what's in it for me? Like, if you're paying me and I'm working, that's one thing. But if you're not paying me and you expect me to do stuff for you or do a favor for you, I always have to ask now, what's in it for me? Like, literally, what's in it for me? Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. Number 1, I only answer email when my job starts. Period. If my job starts at 6:30 in the morning, I'm not going to answer email till 6:30 in the morning. If my job starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm not answering email till 9 o'clock in the morning. If my job starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm not answering email till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't answer one email 1 second before I sit down at whatever job I do. There is not enough money in the world for me to answer your email while I'm not at work. Well, I expect you to answer your email. Then your email is going to get read once a day, because I am not tracking your email and answering multiple times during the day when you're not even paying me. Well, it's mandatory. Well, then I'm not going to work there. And I've actually told people, I'm not working there. Goodbye. And I left. There isn't enough money in the world for me to give you my time for free, and you use it and abuse it, and I get nothing in return. Number 2, I only do 100%. In my life, I have never received over and above support or compensation for doing 150% of a job. And when we talk about we give you benefits, benefits are only to keep me at the job. Benefits are only the enticement to keep me here. That's not extra. Some of those benefits, the federal government says you have to give me. Other than that, there would be no need for you to have benefits. Oh, we'll give you health care. Well, what if you didn't give health care? Oh, we'll give you membership to, well, what if you didn't give membership? I mean, what if I didn't put in a pool table and a foosball and all this other crap? Like, what if I said, dude, if I'm paying you, I'm just picking a random number, $80 an hour, I expect $80 worth of work. Full stop. Benefits, we'll discuss and we will negotiate. I have never received over and above support or compensation for doing 150% of a job, ever. I can show loyalty and I can show support for 8 hours a day. At 8:01, at 8.1 hours, I'm out. Not so much. Number 3, family comes first. Period. Full stop. family has the best of everything. And so I get tired of people always complaining about, I'll be completely and totally transparent. People used to complain because they always said my daughters were spoiled. Right? Well, guess what? Are they educated? Yes. Do they live well? Yes. Are they spoiled? Yes. They're girls. I'm a dad. That's how life goes. But the only thing you should take out of all this is the one thing I want you to remember. Email's not important. Work is not important. Doing 150% isn't important. With all due respect, friends are not important. The most important thing in the world, you have to remember, no matter what, everything comes down to what's important.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. Friday Night Lights now officially lives here. Tune into 1017 The Truth's Gridiron Game